Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And good morning to you. It is Tuesday, June 4th.
Thanks for joining us. Rise and shine. I mean, it's pretty early, 5 a.m., but still warm out there. One
day closer to the end of the school year for Northside students and teachers and staff. And hang in there. We're here to get your day started.
They have to wear shorts to school. Well, I guess the ones that are allowed.
Is that allowed?
So, I mean, I think the length, it depends on the length.
Okay. I'm not sure about that. Or if you can wear a suit that has like cold water circulating through it.
Is that what you have, Mike?
Yeah, I'm working on that at home because, boy, it is hot and it's going to stay hot all week long. Then we've got the heat index to deal with. Just look at the numbers right now. When you look outside or you step outside, it's 82. We are more than 10 degrees above normal. Right now, that's the situation all across the area. Of course, the humidity remains high, and this is really the big problem. A lot of times it is higher in the morning, and then it drops down, but it didn't drop down that much yesterday afternoon. It's not going to drop down that much later on this afternoon. So as far as the heat index right now, we're at 88, 89 in Poteet, 90 down in Pleasanton. Add basically 20 to these numbers. That's what it's going to feel like later on today. 105, 110, and in some places even hotter than that. And that's why we do have heat advisories. Yesterday, it was just our southern counties. Now today, it is expanded all the way up the I-35 as well as I-10 corridors. Doesn't include portions of the hill country. Still going to be hot pretty much everywhere, and we're going to continue to see these colors on the map, including some excessive heat warnings all week long because things are really not going to be changing. Mold is on the low side, and throughout the rest of today, heat index, like I said, right around 110, triple digits. Now, there is a small chance, very small chance, for a couple of showers, a couple of thunderstorms late tomorrow night to pop up. A little disturbance trying to slide on through here. Keep your fingers crossed, hope for the best, but expect nothing, basically, is the thing to take away from all of this. And really no break throughout the rest of the week as far as the heat is concerned. Maybe another small chance of rain to start off next week. But again, we're talking small chances. Pretty much that's the main topic there. Heat index and triple digit temperatures. Isn't that a lovely way to start your Tuesday morning? Traffic Authority. RJ, what's going on, sir?
Yeah, Mike, and you just said it right there. Not really a lovely way to start your Tuesday morning on the roads right now, especially if you are on the near northeast side of town. As we take a look at our camera here, 35 northbound at Walsham Road, and you see that we still have some ongoing construction taking place here. And I just saw the work convoy make their way up into this area, so it looks like they're going to be out here for at least the next hour or so. So we have multiple main lanes blocked here in 35 northbound, right there, a little bit past 410. So let's see if we have another shots here. 35 northbound at Loop 410. We do have, again, some major closures there on the northbound lanes of 35 at 410 in this area on the northeast side. And just to let you know, throughout the morning, we're also going to be taking a look at some live shots from our road cam. One of our photojournalists is going to be out and about throughout the entire city, kind of give us a better idea on the ground of what we're going to be looking at. As we take a look at our maps and you see the buildup that we're seeing right here, 35, 410 being the most significant backup that we're seeing at the time right now. Still have some ongoing issues there at over there at Tupper Wine. Also, as we get closer to 1604 and 35. All right, rest of the city, everything else is looking pretty good for the most part. Again, biggest backups that we're seeing at the moment right now are on the far northeast side. Mark? Oh, actually, here we go. Check this out. So we are debuting this today, Tuesday morning. We have a live look at one of our photojournalists here, Alex. He's out and about, and he's going through some of that construction that we're seeing right there at Walsham and 35 on the northbound lanes of 35. So pretty cool shots here. So again, we're going to be checking in with Alex throughout the rest of the morning to get a real-time look from the ground at some of the traffic concerns that we're seeing across the city of San Antonio. Biggest issue that we're seeing at the moment right now, multiple main lanes blocked, 35 northbound at Walsham Road. Thank you very much, Alex, and we will be checking in with him. All right, Mark, Stephanie, back to you guys.
Yes, and we're welcoming Alex Gomez to the GMSA team. When headlines this morning, a man is dead after a motorcycle and pickup truck collided. The crash happened last night around 10 o'clock near the intersection of Callahan Road and Temco, not far from 410. Police say a man and woman riding a motorcycle crashed into the truck. The man died at the scene. The woman was taken to a hospital in serious condition. Happening today, the White House is expected to announce a new executive order from President Joe Biden.
Well, sources tell ABC News it would essentially shut down the southern border to some asylum seekers. Now, that order would cut off entry into the U.S. to asylum seekers after a daily threshold of 2,500 people is met at ports of entry. Unaccompanied children would not be turned away, and it would also allow authorities to turn away migrants either to Mexico or their origin country.
There's no guarantee that I have that power all by myself without legislation. And someone suggested I should just go ahead and try it. And if I get shut down by the court, I get shut down by the court.
Mayor Ron Nirenberg's office says he will be at the White House for the announcement. His office shared this statement, quote, "I expect President Biden's announcement to be an important development for San Antonio and the border region. Congress has failed to enact the immigration reform our nation needs, and President Biden has been forced to cope with a crisis largely created by congressional inaction," end quote. Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar will also be there.
12 jurors and 4 alternates have been selected in Hunter Biden's federal gun trial, and opening statements are set to begin today. The president's son is accused of buying and possessing a gun in 2018 while he was using illegal drugs. Hunter Biden pleaded not guilty. If convicted, he faces up to 25 years in prison.
Now to what could be a landmark moment in protecting children online.
As ABC's Lionel Moise reports, there's a new push to change the rules when it comes to social media.
This morning, lawmakers in New York are set to propose a first-of-its-kind law to regulate social media feeds for kids under 18. Multiple reports say the bill would ban social media companies from using algorithms to curate what minors see. Algorithms critics say can show violent and sexually explicit content. The measure would instead force apps to show content in chronological order to users under 18. It would also ban apps from sending alerts to children between midnight and 6 a.m. unless their parents opt in, and it would prohibit selling their data. The proposal is likely to face legal challenges amid free speech concerns. Regulating social media companies has been at the forefront nationwide. The state of Utah just yesterday sued TikTok over what officials claim are virtual strip clubs. The lawsuit claims the app's TikTok Live feature leads to the sexual solicitation and exploitation of minors. Users are able to gift virtual currency to live streamers, which critics say could allow adults to engage with minors for illicit acts. TikTok insists it has policies in place to protect children. The Surgeon General has warned about the harmful effects of social media on kids' mental health. As for that proposal in New York, the first vote could come this week. Lionel Moise, ABC News, New York.
It's now 5:07, 81 degrees.
Well, Spotify raising prices, still to come what you can expect.
Plus, a family sharing their story after alleged scammer canceled their cruise vacation, what they want you to know.
And the 81 degrees outside this morning, fairly calm compared to the heat we're going to expect later this afternoon. Heat advisories will be going out, and we're going to be checking in with Mike to see when we will get a little bit of relief.
In this morning's GMA First Look, scammed out of their dream vacation.
They said your excursions were canceled because your cabin was canceled. Full-blown panic.
Their room canceled just 2 days before the cruise, and this morning they're telling their story to GMA.
At that point, I was frantic. I was like heartbroken. I was literally sick to my stomach. And I was like, okay, what are we doing to make this right? How can we fix this?
Carnival Cruise Line releasing a statement saying, while we are not going to comment about any specific incident, most cyber and consumer experts consistently advise that it is never a good idea to post personal information about your travel plans. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more of this cautionary tale and what all travelers can do to protect themselves from scammers. With your GMA First Look, I'm Gio Benitez, ABC News, New York.
512, 82 degrees.
Well, just ahead, the new way that Lowe's, the home improvement retailer, is letting you try out your latest project. That's next in your Morning Tech Bites.
I'm a bee, and I bumbled my way into your car. Buzz. But this hive isn't big enough for the both of us. Boo! Oh, wow, what a buzzkill. And if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, paying for this could really sting. So get Allstate, save money, and be protected from mayhem, like me.
For muscle cramps and spasms, TheraWorks absorbs quickly for relief. So get back at it.
TheraWorks works.
For fast muscle relief, TheraWorks works. Try TheraWorks and get back at it.
Higher shipping rates may be the cost of doing business, but at what cost?
Turn shipping to your advantage with low-cost ground shipping from the United States Postal Service.
In today's Tech Bites, another price hike at Spotify. Starting next month, premium, duo, and family plans will all see price increases, with premium jumping to $11.99. This marks the second increase in just a year for some Spotify users. Instagram appears to be testing ad breaks that force users to watch ads before scrolling. Users on Reddit and X report seeing unskippable 3 to 5 second ads between posts. The feature could become a regular part of Instagram, changing how users experience the platform. No comment yet from Meta. Finally, Lowe's is using Apple's Vision Pro headset to revolutionize kitchen design. Shoppers in certain locations can now visualize remodels in 3D. The pilot program starts this month, letting customers see their dream kitchens before they buy them. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
Well, for the local LGBTQ plus community, there is one main place where safety, acceptance, and inclusion are guaranteed. The Pride Center started from humble beginnings and is now a thriving organization. Executive Director Robert Salcido has been there through it all, and after 13 years, he's stepping down. Our Courtney Friedman got to sit down with him and his successor to talk about past progress and issues of the future.
13 years of growth, grit, and success.
We are impacting a lot more lives than ever.
The perfect time for Pride Center Executive Director Robert Salcido to step down from the position that had become a second full-time job.
It's time for somebody to take the reins.
Rewind to 2011, Salcido was a volunteer for the brand new San Antonio Pride Center.
Some of my friends that I was meeting were disowned from their family.
So he helped create a space for people to find their family of choice.
I remember our first offices that we got, and it was literally like a 10 by 10 room. I always joke to say that now where we're located, we moved out of our closet. We came out of the closet.
Fast forward over a decade, the thriving organization has a full-time staff, a drop-in center, case management, and peer and counseling groups.
Why is it important that you have a physical space for that?
Yeah, well, one is safety. To be able to bring somebody into a space where they feel comfortable.
This is one of the places where the peer groups meet, counseling happens, but when the pandemic hit, this space couldn't be utilized, so they had to figure out something else.
They went virtual and still offer online services, offering a wider reach. Salcido's successor plans to make that her priority.
Taking the visibility of who we are to the broader city, building partnerships.
Meet Lex Loro, the current director of community health, who's been with the center for 5.5 years.
No matter where we're at, where we work, what we do, what church we're a part of, what school we go to make sure that our LGBTQ plus neighbors are welcome there. So that's one of the challenges I see.
She wants to continue training the outside community and empowering the LGBTQ plus community to self-advocate. Goals that make Salcido beam with confidence.
I know that I'm leaving the center in a very good spot with our staff for the next generation.
For the past and the future, in the end, what he truly has is pride. Courtney Friedman, KSAT 12 News.
Just about 5:19. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hi, guys. Yeah. So a little bit of a pros tip here. After doing this for about half a year now, the traffic beat, I noticed that Tuesday morning is usually one of the worst mornings for construction. So Monday mornings, the way that they set up these construction schedules is they're going to start at 9 o'clock at night. Now, well, they're not going to go out there Sunday at 9 o'clock. They're going to start Monday nights at 9 o'clock.
So that's why it carries over into Tuesday.
Yes.
Gotcha.
We saw the closures, or some of the construction yesterday,
and the
but
mystery
I guess
has been answered.
Yeah, there we go. Things you notice. Working traffic. All right, guys, quick look here at a TransGuide traffic cameras. And again, biggest thing that we're seeing at the moment right now, the main lanes of I-35, at least 3 main lanes are blocked right there at Walsham Road. This is going to be right before you get to 410 and 35. And actually, we have a live shot from the ground there. So let's go back to our photojournalist. His live look here. Alex Gomez is on the roads for us right now. So I checked in with Alex a little while ago, and he said that, yeah, there is a portion of 35 that has been blocked off, and that right before you kind of get to that 35-410 interchange, and they're diverting traffic off to the Randolph Boulevard exit. So it looks like Alex is actually on the access road right here. So he may have been diverted off to Randolph Boulevard right now. So again, big mess out there, big backup for all of our folks on the northeast side of town as we come back out here to some of our TransGuide traffic cameras. And again, several main lanes of I-35 at northbound there at Waltham have been closed for the time being as they work on some construction issues out there in that side of town. Here's a live look at our maps, and we have our camera there indicating that we have a pretty good backup there. I want to let you know about some other overnight closures on the northwest side because obviously there's been a lot of work being done in that area. So through this Saturday morning, we will have overnight closures there, basically on the 1604, the westbound lanes from Lock Hill, Selma, all the way to the I-10 1604 interchange. They're going to be working on some of the signage over for some of the flyover ramps. So keep that in mind if you are on the northwest side and you're going to be traveling late tonight or early tomorrow morning for the next couple of days or so. But biggest issue we're seeing right now, Mike, on the roads, I-35 at Waltham Road. Messy.
Yeah, and a lot of folks go through there. Thank you very much, sir. All right, well, we did find something that loves the heat. This tree, the jujube tree, and it's a lot of fruit on that thing. Yeah, look at how green that is. So yes, there is one thing. I think that's about the only thing. Even heat lovers are kind of going, all right, this is a little much out there. But thank you very much for the KSAT Connect picture. All right, look at that blanket of moisture sitting on top of us once again. You can see it right there along the horizon. We have temperatures that are well up into the 80s, 10 degrees above normal. Then you factor in the humidity, and this is what it feels like out there. Now it's up to 90 as well. It feels like 92 degrees right now at Pleasanton. It is 5:20 in the morning, 90 at Nixon, 91 Gonzales, as well as Floresville. And as I said off the top of the show, basically add 20 degrees to these temperatures. And that's what it's going to be feeling like later on today. So we will make it up through the 80s this morning. We'll have some of our clouds to deal with, more sunshine, and we start to really factor in that humidity, which it's not dropping down that much. It didn't drop down a lot yesterday, didn't drop down, or is not going to drop down that much today. So again, it's going to feel like 110 degrees out there. And we do have those heat advisories that are going to affect later on this morning. Excessive heat warning later on this afternoon, pardon me, and the excessive heat warnings down there to the southeast. So we're going to be seeing those pretty much posted throughout the rest of the week. All right, going to go up in time to tomorrow, and a couple of showers and thunderstorms want to try and form up in parts of the hill country. This is really the only computer model. This is one of those ones that's a little more generous with some of the rain, but it does have late tomorrow night and then going into maybe the wee hours of Thursday morning, some of those leftover showers around there, then that's going to be clearing on out. And maybe another shot at rain. We got to jump ahead. Here's the Wednesday chance. And then fast forward, go all the way through the weekend. You see nothing's popping up here. Go into Monday, and then Monday night late, maybe a couple of more showers are going to try and pop up around the area. And again, this is pretty much wishful thinking at best as far as any rain chances around here. Tomorrow night, slightly better shot at some rain. But other than that, yeah, I had to break down and do it. Just about triple digits all the way across the board, maybe down a couple of more degrees with a few extra clouds around here on Monday and those small rain chances. But again, the heat index, especially today, somewhat tomorrow, we should have a bit of a drop in humidity in the afternoons later on in the week, but it remains very hot. We'll be back.
Has to be a reason they're after us.
My home has found us.
The official trailer is out for Venom: The Last Dance, the third and supposedly final film about the man merged with a rage-fueled alien symbiote. Tom Hardy returns as the frazzled human host when Venom: The Last Dance hits theaters October 25th.
There's a room full of smart people.
Coleman Domingo is joining Tina Fey and Steve Carell in The Four Seasons. The Oscar nominee will have a regular role in the comedy series adaptation of the 1981 film. Production is set to begin later this year. You'd You'd scream too if you'd been running for a quarter century. Run Lola Run is racing back into theaters for its 25th anniversary. A 4K restoration of the award-winning film opens in select theaters Friday. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, June 4th.
Hey, thanks for joining us. Unfortunately, the last hour, Mike showed us a graphic where it was 100-degree temperatures all across.
Except one.
Well, except for one.
Except for one day.
But almost.
We hope you are proud of yourself, sir.
I hope I'm wrong. But
we hope you're wrong, too, in the best way possible.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love for this forecast to be a complete bust and we'd be in the 80s, but that just ain't going to happen. So this morning we are starting off. It feels like it is in the 80s. Well, as a matter of fact, we are in the 80s right now. Very low 80s, but still 10 above normal. Normal low temperature is 71 degrees right now. And you can see this haze hanging around here. Factor in the humidity, the temperature, everything else. And you can see what feels like 89 at the airport, 91 in Floresville. And right down there at the bottom of your screen, Pleasanton feels like 92 degrees right now, and it's only 5:30. So, it's just going to get worse. And basically, the rule of thumb, you can add about 20 degrees to those numbers. That's what it will feel like later on today. Remember, yesterday, the heat advisory was just from Atascosa County down to the south and west. Now it covers most all of our area, not including parts of the hill country. But again, it's going to be just hot and humid everywhere. And then that gets bumped up to an excessive heat warning down there as you approach Corpus Christi. So you got to take it easy. And we're going to be seeing these heat advisories pretty much posted throughout the foreseeable future. This is what Steph was talking about. Triple digits, with the exception of Monday. Now, look at that. We do have small chance for a shower late tomorrow night and then maybe again on Monday. That's it. Otherwise, plenty of blazing sunshine and all that humidity to deal with. More of the details, if you want to see any more than this, coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ, I just saw in one of the monitors a bunch of flashing lights.
Yes, not a great start for our Tuesday morning, especially for our drivers northeast side of town, as traffic and construction here is absolutely ramped up because of some overnight work on the Northeast Expansion Project. Take a live look here at our TransGuide traffic cameras. 35 northbound, basically down to one main lane here, and you see that traffic is bottlenecked at a crawl right now for all of our drivers coming in northbound 35 right there past the Walsham exit. You have multiple main lanes blocked in this area. So let's go ahead and check in on a live look here with photojournalist Alex Gomez. He is on the roads for us right now, and he just messaged me to let me know that right now traffic is being forced off to the Randolph Boulevard exit, and it does not appear as if you're going to be able to get back on 235 till you hit Thousand Oaks. So keep that in mind if you're about to make your way out right now, because it is a pretty good backup there, as again construction has ramped up out there. It looks like he's off on the access road right there as we take a live look at the situation on the ground there. 35 northbound as you head towards 1604 and the Forum. Let's come back out here to our maps and show you some of the backup that we're seeing. Again, so traffic right now, this is where we're doing this construction there at 35 Walsham Road, and you see Randolph Boulevard. That's going to be our exit. We also are dealing with some construction issues a little bit further up the road, 35 at 1604, the Topper Wine area, but at least we are seeing traffic move through there a little bit better. So what about our drive times as we take a look here at the rest of the city of San Antonio? No major other concerns or delays to let you know about at the moment right now. Biggest thing that we're going to be seeing if you're headed out of San Antonio right now, obviously headed to New Braunfels, it's going to take you about 35 minutes or so. Everything else is looking pretty good. If you're headed south, 26 minutes to Pleasanton, 27 minutes out to the Floresville area. We will continue to give you updates on all that construction taking place on the northeast side. Mark, Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. It is the end of an era. Communities across San Antonio ISD neighborhoods are bracing for a new start in the following school year.
Well, over the weekend and at the last week of school, more than a dozen different SAISD schools closed their doors for the last time.
Patty Santos tells us students and teachers had a wave of emotions. Good morning, Patty.
Hey, good morning, guys. Of course, the main emotion there was a lot of sadness because a lot of these families have spent decades, a lot of educators have spent decades inside these buildings helping students in this community learn. Now, as we know, 12 SAISD elementary or early childhood centers closed at the end of the school year. A total of 15 campuses were impacted. Some of those campuses will be merging with others. It is a result of low enrollment numbers and the school district's efforts to tighten up their budgets. Now, One of those campuses was Douglas Elementary School. Photojournalist Alexis Montalvo visited the campus during the final memory walk. The Douglas Elementary campus was opened in 1915 as a high school. It was the first public African-American school in San Antonio, and most recently this school was the heart of this community.
I kind of don't want to leave because I started here, and we started building relationships with our families, and I had so many generations in my classroom. This building is a story, not just for me, but for generations here in Texas.
And SAISD leaders have said they don't intend to get rid of this building, but there are dozens of school buildings that shut down, and there's going to be a conversation about what to do with those buildings. Now, trustees did select a facilities repurposing panel. They will host meetings across the impacted neighborhoods and help the district decide what to do. The first meeting was last week. The next meeting is June 17th. If you live in one of these communities that was impacted by these school closures, you are a stakeholder in what happens to these buildings. Now, we did ask some of our viewers on social media what they think, if they have any ideas of what these buildings should be repurposed for. Some of you said, Margarita Juan Sanchez says, it kind of depends on the building and where it's located. Some of the buildings are ideal for community centers or after-school care. Michael Hadley said, sell the building and land at cost, or lease the land at reduced price with a leasee responsible for all expenses for maintenance and improvements. Whatever the buildings become, they shouldn't be taxpayer funded, since the whole purpose was reducing size, therefore reducing taxpayer expenses. And Mary de la Garza says rent them to different organizations like Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, after school clubs, etc., so they will continue to service the children in that neighborhood. And we want to hear what you have to say. You can weigh in on our Facebook page, of course, the KSAT Facebook page, and there's a lot of good ideas out there. But again, there's going to be continuous meetings to decide what happens, and you're going to want to be a part of it. Guys, we'll send it back to you.
Big changes. Thank you, Patty. Well, now to a health alert this morning. The FDA issuing a warning about baby formula that could be contaminated with some dangerous bacteria. The products are Cresolac infant powdered goat milk formula with iron, Pharmalac baby powdered infant formula with iron, and Pharmalac baby powdered infant formula with low lactose. They are sold here in Texas. Right now, the FDA is working with the manufacturer to make sure the recall is carried out fully. So far, there are no reports of any illnesses.
Well, happening today, a blood drive has a bigger meaning. The Bonham Exchange has been a safe space for the LGBTQ plus community of San Antonio for decades, and today it will be a safe space for many to give blood. Some for the first time. So last May, a new FDA guideline ruled that gay and bisexual men in monogamous relationships could give blood. Now, that restriction was originally designed to protect the blood supply from HIV, but was deemed discriminatory by some following advances that allowed better HIV detection. Robert Salcido is the Pride Center Executive Director. He says he is glad that this is aligning with Pride Month.
So I think it goes along with Pride Month of being authentic and being proud of who we are and proud of the contributions that we make to our communities. This is just another way for us to do it. And I hope that they continue to do blood drives for our community outside of Pride Month as well.
Well, you can also scan the QR code for everything you need to know about today's blood drive. There you go. It's on the corner of your screen. South Texas Blood and Tissue will host the blood drive at the Bonham Exchange from 4 to 9 p.m. And you can find a link to register on our website at KSAT.com.
Also today, groundbreaking in the new JCB heavy equipment plant. It's expected to bring about 1,500 jobs to the Alamo City. This is a story we have been following closely. We'll continue to bring you updates as we learn them. Right now, it's 5:39, 81 degrees.
Let's look out there at the 81 degrees with live cam. Not too bad, I guess, if you're going to compare it to the triple digits we're going to face later on. So go ahead and enjoy this not so cool morning. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's 5:42. So have you ever seen something like this? Well, not only does it look kind of gross, it's also very frustrating. It can make you mad. This actually prompted a KSAT Explains. So how does all this trash end up in our waterways, and what's being done to stop it?
All the trash that comes from San Antonio actually affects everyone going to the Gulf.
Right now on KSAT.com, we have that explain how that happens. Plus, there's a giant trash rake along the San Antonio River. We'll show you how it works and new KSAT Explained on our website.
And time now is 5:43 and 81 degrees for now.
After the break, we're talking extreme heat and what it means for your body and your mind. 5:46, millions of Americans are already feeling the heat.
That's right. A potentially historic heat wave is about to tighten its grip as wildfires break out in the west. And with triple-digit temperatures this early in the season comes a warning about your electric bills this summer.
As ABC's Andrew Dimbert reports, the cost of cooling your home is about to go up, and in some cases, way up.
This morning, hundreds of firefighters are on the front lines battling wildfires in California ahead of what could be a record-breaking early season heat wave for the West. Crews in San Francisco's East Bay battling this fire that broke out yesterday. And not far away, the Corral fire burning more than 20 square miles. Travis Curtis's parents were among those forced to flee. They lost everything.
They left with the clothes on their back. And so...
and came home to nothing.
Came home to nothing.
Usually we see the more intense fire activity in July, August, September. So we just want everybody to be prepared.
Experts warn fire seasons are starting earlier and they're lasting longer.
Now we have that potential heat wave coming midweek, which is just going to dry everything out even further.
6 states are now bracing for a blistering heat wave. Parts of California, Arizona, and Nevada could see temperatures top 110 this week. Nationwide, NOAA predicts a 61% chance of this summer being the hottest on record. And that heat, along with additional factors this year, mean it will cost more to cool your home. A new forecast predicts cooling costs will hit a 10-year high this summer. These states are expected to see higher cooling bills. Those in the South Atlantic are expected to pay 7% more than last year. And people from Kentucky to Alabama could be paying bills more than 10% higher. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
We all know a hot sunny day here in South Texas may end in a bad case of sunburn, but can also affect your mind. In fact, we spoke with one local expert who says research shows a connection between higher temps and irritability. In some cases, the extreme heat can cause depression. That's why it's crucial to stay hydrated and cool off any way you can, especially as the days get hotter and hotter.
Very important. Time now 5:48, and we're already busy there at I-35 at Walzon.
Without a doubt, here's RJ with an update.
Yeah, guys, I'm sure as we make our way through the morning, folks are going to have to crank up the AC, especially if they are stuck in some of this traffic that we're seeing right now. 35 northbound Walzon Road, still no relief in sight here. We have multiple main lanes here blocked, and we are getting one of the main lanes through here on the far right-hand side of 35 northbound at Walzon, but things are certainly not looking great. They were hoping to clear this out by 6 o'clock, and you see that obviously we have some significant delays and backups in this area. Let's take a live look here at our roads right now. Photojournalist Alex Gomez, he's actually went around, so now he's on 35 southbound, and you see that traffic is moving pretty well on the southbound lanes of 35. So the big mess is going to be 35 northbound at Walzon Road. So what Alex just told me on our team's messaging app was that apparently the basically 35 is closed from Randolph Boulevard over to Thousand Oaks. So keep that in mind if you're going to be headed out in that area. So let's go ahead and show you our maps here real quick and see exactly what we're seeing in terms of some of the buildup out here in this area. I wanted to show you again. So basically 35 northbound Walzon all the way up to Randolph Boulevard and even a little bit further up the road on 1604 at Topperwine Road. We are seeing some backups here in this area. Check out this angle here. So this is what I really kind of like about this new traffic system that we're using. We're able to see kind of different viewpoints, and this is the shot here for all of our drivers that are going up on 35 northbound. So again, Roosevelt High School is in this area, and yeah, big backup here, guys, for all of our drivers. 35 northbound Walzon. I will continue to check with TransGuide, see if we get more updates on when they should clear that construction up.
Still loving the 3D perspective.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah, shots, kind of a little bit different viewpoints, show you kind of what it's looking like from the road, definitely.
Well, and it's neat that you can see, okay, so there's the map, and then here's the actual picture, instead of trying to figure out looking at the picture where it is.
Absolutely,
That's very helpful.
You know, you're talking about right before this, the heat and all that, and I know this sounds like a broken record and we keep emphasizing it, but you know, all the experts say just continue to drink water all day long. Don't wait till you're thirsty. Don't, you know, till you're sweating outside or something like that. So that's going to help out. And don't forget the sunscreen, folks. All right, look at that sunrise yesterday in New Berlin. Just a really cool picture. I know it's kind of hazy looking out there. Still probably some of that agricultural smoke, but yeah, I love the windmill pictures, too. That's really neat. Thank you very much for that one. All right, not the prettiest of pictures. I mean, everything over there at 10 at 410, traffic-wise, moving along very well, but you can see that fuzz right there along the horizon. That's all that humidity out there, and we are going to continue to go up through the 80s and hit 90 by noon. Normal high temperature right now is 91. So just to put things in perspective, so add 10 to the noontime temperature and it's going to get up to 100. It's going to feel like right around 110 with that humidity because we're not seeing the big drops, the daily drops or the afternoon drops in humidity like is usually the case. Now, it is looking still as we go on into the week that we will see lower humidity in the afternoons, higher, of course, in the mornings, but yeah, today is one of those days. So that's why heat advisories are posted for almost all of the area with the exception of parts of the hill country. Obviously, it's still going to be hot out there. And this goes into effect right after noon up until just after dinner time. All right, here's a computer model going into just take it through today. Nothing's going to be going on. But, or excuse me, this was the cloud yesterday, beg your pardon. And we did have some of those storms like computer models did indicate coming off the mountains of Mexico. And then they moved across the river and just sort of fizzled on out, and that was it. Now the computer model for later on tomorrow, and we've got this flow coming in here out of the north and northeast, and that's going to help with some little disturbances. And this one tries to get this disturbance then developing out there in parts of the hill country. Now this is the one model that's a little more generous as far as getting some rain in the forecast. There's another one that doesn't hardly have anything for tomorrow, so you gotta kind of mix them together, and you know, you can't go with just one or the other. But at least this one is slightly encouraging as we go into the future. Now, as far as further into the future and the upper level steering winds, yeah, your eye kind of catches that big low up there around the U.S.-Canadian border, but it is this high right here. Notice these upper level wind lines. There's a low out there, kind of goes like this, and that high in this situation is kind of almost stuck right on top of us, centered right there over New Mexico, but it's influencing our weather, and that's going to keep us just hot and dry. Now, as we go into the first part of the week, notice how it sort of shifts a little bit down to the southwest there, and we're going to have a bit of a disturbance trying to kind of come in here on this northwesterly flow maybe by Monday. Again, wishful thinking. That's the next small chance for a stray shower or thunderstorm. So today 100, add about 10 to that, pretty much same thing tomorrow. We will have that chance tomorrow night for a couple of showers, a couple of thunderstorms, primarily in the hill country. We are going to remain in the triple digit temperatures throughout the rest of the week. Excuse me, like I said, it is looking like we'll see at least a bit more of a drop in the afternoon humidity, but still blazing hot and then down slightly by the first of next week.
Just this week, just the other day, I finally heard the summer cicadas chirping.
Oh,
so I knew that we were
like, it's here.
It's finally here.
And even they're coming out going, this is
This is too much,
Went
right?
right back inside, wherever they came from. 554, 81 degrees.
Let's look at your winning lotto numbers. Pick 3, 4, 8, 7, Fireball 3, Daily 4, 4, 4, 4, 1, Fireball 1.
Cash 5, 1, 9, 12, 27, 29. Texas two-step 9, 26, 29, 31 with a bonus ball of 16. And Powerball 19, 29, 35, 36, 45. Powerball 16 Power Play 2. Big jackpot tonight for Mega Millions.
Good Good morning. It's great to be with you here. Coming up on a Tuesday, we're following the latest on President Biden, expected to sign an executive order on immigration. The details and the reaction this morning. Also, we'll tell you about the family that says that they were scammed out of their dream cruise vacation. Plus, the points guy is here with what you can do to help save on your summer travel, because there's a new report that predicts airfare will rise even more. And then we went behind the scenes with Selena Gomez, Steve Martin, and Martin Short, all about the new season of Only Murders in the Building. We'll hope you'll join us right here on GMA.
Rise and shine at 6 a.m. Good morning, everyone. This is a calm 81 degrees this morning compared to what we're going to see later this afternoon.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And a good morning to you. It's Tuesday, June 4th.
Thanks for joining us. Another day for iced coffee, and then just keep that in mind for the whole day. Just keep cold.
Now remember, some of you hate the cold. I mean, despise the cold. So these are your prime time days
Right?
as far as afternoon temperatures go, right?
Enjoy.
Yeah, Justin Horn is one of those that
Yes.
does not, if it gets below about, I don't know, 70, he's kind of cold. And I'm like,
so
hey,
true.
what about this? He goes, no, this is pushing it.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say he's a fan of the triple digits, though.
No, I don't know many people that are, but yeah, it is just hot out there, hot and humid, and there is just no relief in sight. And with temperatures right now in the low 80s on average, 81 degrees, that's splitting the difference between the normal high and the normal low, 71 and 91, the normal low and normal high respectively. And yeah, we're not going to be anywhere near any of those numbers. So, well, we'll be near the normal high at noon today. We've got all the humidity out here this morning, so it feels like 89 degrees at the airport. 90 is the heat index there at Randolph. Pleasanton, you've actually dropped down a degree because it was feeling like, 92 just a couple of hours ago. 80s in parts of the hill country. Heat advisories are in effect for most all of the area, with the exception of parts of the hill country. But of course, it's still going to be just hot and humid. In that purple down there to the south, that's the excessive heat warning. So we're going to continue to see advisories, excessive heat warnings in one way, shape, or another throughout the rest of the week. Mold is on the low side. Updated count comes out a little bit later on this morning, of course, and temperatures are going to warm up through the 80s. And like I said, we'll be pretty much at the normal high by noon, but we'll still have the humidity to deal with, so it's going to feel even hotter than that, and we're going to have heat index readings up around 110 later on today, hence the reason for those heat advisories that are posted around the area. Do have a couple of small chances for rain. I know it's kind of a tease. I wouldn't get really excited about that, but at least it's something. All those details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, RJ, still seeing those traffic lights.
Yeah, Mike, you basically took the words out of my mouth there. No relief in sight in terms of some of the traffic that we're seeing northeast side of town right now, as it does not look as these construction crews are going to pick things up here anytime soon. 35 northbound right now at a basic standstill right now. You do see that they had one lane getting through here, but it is at a crawl right now, and we have multiple main lanes blocked. This is for ongoing construction as part of the Northeast Expansion Project. Again, this is backing up traffic all the way past Eisenhower Road, Walsham 410 area, Windcrest area. Keep this in mind if you're about to step outside right now. So let's take you live outside to the roads right now and show you exactly what we're looking at in terms of some of our traffic buildup. And we've had photojournalist Alex Gomez out there for us, just kind of checking out things on the ground. Alex, how are things looking, and what can you let people know about this backup we're seeing out there?
Well, this area is good right here, RJ. This is going to be 35 northbound, just past Walters, but I'm going to go back to the northeast side, check things out. Last hour I was there, it took me 30 minutes to get past that construction zone using the frontage road. So hopefully this time around, it's not going to take that long. But you know what? I'm going to go check things out, let you know how it goes this second time around. And I don't care how warm it is out here, RJ, I will always drink my coffee hot. I don't do the iced coffee, RJ.
I'm totally with you, man. Yeah, I'll even during a 100-degree day, I'll still get hot coffee when it comes to ordering or getting that set up. All right, Alex, thank you very much, man. I know you're checking things out there on 35 and the 410 area as he heads down and just give us a better look out there. All right, we'll check in with Alex here in just a little bit. Back out here to our maps right now, and we take a look at some of this backup that we're seeing in this area. Again, 410, 35. If you need some alternate options, maybe come up Austin Highway. That'll take you Perrin Bidle all the way to Wurzbach Park Parkway, kind of get you around this mess. But as Alex just mentioned right now, basically traffic had been diverted off to Randolph Boulevard over to Thousand Oaks. That's going to be the closest entrance that you see in this area. All right, so whether you like your hot coffee, hot, cold, it's going to be a very, very busy day on our roads, and we will continue to keep that in mind. Mark, Stephanie, back to you guys.
Thank you, RJ. New this morning, a man is dead after a motorcycle and pickup truck collided. The crash happened last night around 10 o'clock near the intersection of Callahan and Timco East. It's not far from 410 on the city's northwest side. Police say a man and woman riding a motorcycle crashed into the truck. The man died there at the scene. The woman was taken to a hospital in serious condition.
Well, another crash involving a motorcycle shut down Broadway in both directions last night. This happened near Funston Place and Manking Park around 9:30 last night. In San Antonio, police say a car turning onto Funston Place hit a 24-year-old man on a motorcycle who was riding with two other people. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition. The other two riders were detained. Now, police did not say if the driver of the car would face charges at this time.
The former head of the San Antonio Firefighters Association facing a felony charge after he was arrested last week. Hays County jail records show Chris Steele is being charged with felony stalking. Steele was arrested Friday in San Marcos. Jail records also show the warrant for his arrest was out of Bexar County. Steele served as fire union president until August 2021. You may remember he led the union's previous bitter contract fight with the city, which included a successful effort to limit the city manager's pay and tenure, which was approved by voters in 2018.
Well, San Antonio Mayor Ron Nirenberg will be among the Texas mayors in Washington, D.C. today for President Biden's announcement about the Texas border. Bexar County Sheriff Javier Salazar told KSAT he will also be there. Now, the mayor's office shared this statement yesterday saying, quote, "I expect President Biden's announcement to be an important development for San Antonio and the border region. Congress has failed to enact the immigration reform our nation needs, and President Biden has been forced to cope with a crisis largely created by congressional inaction," end quote. Mayor Nirenberg will be joined by the mayors from Brownsville and Edinburgh.
And President Biden expected to announce an executive order which would effectively limit the number of migrants allowed to cross every day.
As ABC's Christian Cordero tells us, Republicans are already criticizing the president's timing and say any actions could face legal challenges.
This morning, President Biden is expected to announce a new immigration policy similar to the bipartisan deal that has been stuck in congressional gridlock. Sources say the executive order would set a limit of 2,500 daily migrant encounters at U.S. ports of entry before turning asylum seekers away. The move would have an immediate effect since migrant crossings right now average 3,500 per day. But Biden faces criticism on the timing of this executive action 5 months ahead of the presidential election. Some Democrats accuse the administration of giving into Republican pressure, and some Republicans call it too little, too late.
This is a very desperate man trying to divert, I guess, what is in my mind an irredeemable problem, and that is that he created a crisis at the border.
Congressional Republicans at the direction of former President Donald Trump have repeatedly blocked a bipartisan border security deal endorsed by the Border Patrol Union. And a former Trump-era immigration executive order is still held up in the courts. Biden administration officials expect a similar fate, as the ACLU says, quote, "Any executive order that shuts off asylum would raise substantial legal problems." The president, keenly aware that immigration is a top issue for voters, has been weighing on how he can act alone, telling Univision in April,
"There's no guarantee that I have that power all by myself without legislation." And some have suggested I should just go ahead and try it. And if I get shut down by the court, I get shut down by the court.
A source tells ABC News the executive order will include an exception for children. Christian Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
And your morning headlines opening statements expected to begin today in the trial of Hunter Biden, the president's son, facing 3 felony gun charges. The 54-year-old also accused of lying on a form he submitted during a gun purchase about his drug use. Hunter was expected to resolve his gun charges as part of a plea deal last year, but the deal fell apart. His second criminal trial on tax charges is scheduled to begin in September in Los Angeles.
Well, on the West Coast, hundreds of firefighters are battling wildfires in California ahead of a potential record-breaking early season heat wave. Now east of San Francisco, the Coral Fire has torched over 20 square miles. Experts say fire seasons are starting earlier and they're lasting longer. Nationwide, NOAA predicts a 61% chance of the summer being the hottest on record.
Back here at home, San Antonio International Airport breaking records and adding 3 new nonstop flights this month. The first new nonstop started this past Saturday. It's Viva Aerobus to Torreon, Mexico. The other 2 nonstops take off Thursday and Friday. Thursdays is Southwest flight to Burbank, California, and Friday is American's flight nonstop to Philadelphia. These 3 follow Condor Airlines' new direct flight from San Antonio to Frankfurt, Germany.
And right now on our website, KSAT.com, the San Antonio Zoo is showing its appreciation for teachers with free admission all month. And educators can also get 50% off standard admission for up to 4 guests. So to qualify, teachers must be active instructors at any school district in Texas. Teachers also need to provide a driver's license and a teacher certificate or photo ID badge from their school. The offer is also good for repeat visits.
City of Schertz has announced their lineup for the 2024 Music and Movies in the Park series this summer. It starts Friday night, continues every week at various parks around the city of Schertz. Parks and Rec will also host 2 Float and Flick events this summer, which is movies at the pool. The events are free and open to the public, and we've got a list of the movies and times on our website.
And time now is about 6:10, was going to be 6:11, right? Now, 6:11, okay, and 81 degrees for now.
After the break, a story that's got social media buzzing, how a woman who was declared dead in hospice care was later found alive at a funeral home.
And looking out there with a live cam, yes, we said we're starting at 81 degrees, but things are going to heat up today and for the rest of the week. There might be, I wouldn't call it relief, but might be a chance of an overnight shower. We're going to be checking in with Mike about that.